BauVolution, where construction meets innovation.
BauVolution. Let's build the future together.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're digging into building information modeling, BIM.
That's right.
We've got this really interesting blog post from BauVolution, just out April 10th, 2025.
Fresh off the press.
And it's packed. 30 practical tips on getting the most out of BIM, right across a building's whole life cycle.
Yeah, seems pretty comprehensive.
So our mission today is basically to pull out the real game changers from these tips.
The actionable stuff.
Exactly. Things that can really boost efficiency, help teams work together better, and, well, ultimately help us build more sustainable buildings that actually work for the people using them.
It's interesting timing too, right? The blog mentioned the Euro Football Championship buzz starting up, and there's a parallel. Teamwork on the pitch, teamwork in construction. BIM kind of enables that collaborative spirit.
That's a great analogy. Okay, so let's dive in. Where should we start? Maybe with the designers and planners.
Sounds good. The first thing the blog highlights is BIM software mastery.
Okay, sounds obvious, but they mean more than just knowing the buttons, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's about advanced techniques, things like parametric families.
Parametric families.
Oh.
Okay, sounds technical. What are they, and why are they such a big deal in BIM?
Well, think of them as smart building blocks. Instead of just, drawing a line that represents a door, you're creating a digital door object. It has information baked in, dimensions, material, fire rating, maybe even the manufacturer.
Okay.
And the parametric bit means it's smart. If you change the width, maybe the frame adjusts automatically. Related things update.
Ah, I see. So it's like a dynamic template almost, not just a dumb drawing.
Exactly. It builds intelligence right into the model components.
And the post also mentioned work sharing in Revit, ArchCAD, Allplan, Bentley, lots of platforms. How does work sharing actually help on a project?
Right. So imagine you've got architects, structural engineers, MEP folks, all needing to work on the same building model.
Yeah, tricky.
Work sharing lets them work on their specific parts simultaneously in a controlled way. Then it all syncs back to a central model.
Okay, so multiple people in the same file without messing each other up.
Pretty much. It's like a real-time collaborative document, but for a complex building model, it really speeds things up.
Got it. Streamlines the workflow. Now, this sounds cool. The blog mentioned tools like Dynamo. What can they do?
Dynamo. Yeah, that's visual programming. Think about designing something complex, like a building facade with hundreds or thousands of unique panels.
Oh, wow.
Doing that manually, drawing each one, it would take forever.
Right.
With something like Dynamo, you define the rules, the logic behind how those panels relate and change, and the software generates them automatically. It automates those complex, repetitive geometry tasks.
So designers can focus on the bigger picture, the actual design ideas.
Exactly. Frees them up from tedious work, lets them explore more options. Huge time saver.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, building on that software skill, the next tip is about developing clear modeling guidelines. Why is that so important? Seems a bit administrative.
Oh, it's absolutely crucial. You need consistency. If one person names elements one way, another uses a different system.
Chaos.
Total chaos. If levels are structured differently, if data isn't consistent, the model becomes unreliable. Hard to share, hard to check.
Right.
So modeling guidelines set the standard. A common language, rules for naming, levels, data structure, everyone follows them.
So order from the start prevents headaches later. Makes sense.
And the blog mentions you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
There are existing guidelines out there, like from the BIM Institute at BUW, or protocols for building permits, model checking.
So you can leverage those.
Exactly. Find good resources, adapt them to your project, use templates. It provides a solid foundation.
Okay, good tip. And that naturally leads to the next one, promoting integrated design. This sounds like more than just sharing files at the end, right?
Much more. It's about getting all the disciplines, architecture, structural, MEP, even facility management folks collaborating early and continuously.
From the very beginning.
Ideally, yes. Instead of working in silos and then trying to bolt things together later.
Which never works smoothly.
Right. You get clashes, expensive changes on site. Integrated design means identifying conflicts and optimizing the whole design together early on.
So coordination meetings, shared platforms. The blog mentions BIM 360.
Yeah, platforms like BIM 360 or Trimble Connect act as that central hub. Everyone sees the latest model, shares info, communicates.
And clash detection.
That's a big one. The platform can automatically find where, say, a pipe runs through a beam in the model.
Before it happens on site.
Exactly. Catching those things early saves massive amounts of rework and costs.
Makes total sense. Okay, beyond coordination, BIM's also big for sustainability, right? The blog talks about analysis tools.
Yeah, tools like Autodesk Insight or Green Building Studio, they let you simulate the building's environmental performance before you build it.
Simulate how?
Things like energy consumption, you can do sun path analysis, see how sunlight hits the building, optimize window sizes, shading.
To reduce lighting and cooling needs.
Precisely. Or thermal simulations, understand heat flow, choose better insulation. You can even model solar panel placement for maximum energy generation.
So it's data-driven green design, not just guesswork.
Exactly. Using the model to make informed sustainability decisions.
Cool. Now, with all this data flying around, data management becomes key. The blog stresses robust processes.
Absolutely vital. You need secure, accessible storage. Everyone needs the latest information.
Right. Version control nightmares otherwise.
Exactly. That's where the Common Data Environment, or CDE, comes in. Think of it as the single source of truth for the project.
Like a central online project folder.
Kind of, yeah. Platforms like BIM 360 provide that CDE. All the models, documents, communication managed in one place ensures data integrity.
Huge headache saver, I bet. Okay, moving into really cutting-edge stuff. VR and AR, virtual and augmented reality. How are they used?
Oh, they're transforming how we experience designs. With VR, you put on a headset, and you can literally walk through the building design before it's built, get a real sense of space, scale.
Wow, for client presentations.
Huge for clients, stakeholders, get much better feedback. And AR overlays the digital model onto the real world.
How does that work?
You might use a tablet on the construction site, hold it up, and see the BIM model superimposed on the actual structure being built.
To check for accuracy.
Yeah.
Or plan installations.
Both. Identify discrepancies, visualize where pipes or ducts will go. It really bridges that gap between digital and physical. Software like Inkscape or Unity helps create these experiences.
That sounds incredibly useful. Really brings the model to life.
Yeah.
Okay, to make sure people can actually do all this, the blog mentions continuing education and certification.
Yeah, BIM is evolving fast. You can't just learn it once. Continuous learning is essential.
So workshops, courses.
Right. And certifications from places like Den CertCo or Building Smart, they validate your skills, show you're up to date.
Like professional credentials for BIM. Makes sense.
And they mention specific training guidelines too, like VDIBS 25F2 helps standardize the training quality.
Ensures everyone's learning the right stuff. Okay, next up, implementing lean design practices. Lean, like from manufacturing.
Exactly the same principles. Maximize value, minimize waste, but applied to the design process itself.
Oh.
Looking at the whole workflow concept to documents, identifying bottlenecks, wasted effort, unnecessary steps, using tools like value stream mapping.
To visualize the process flow.
Yeah, and Kaizen for continuous small improvements. It's about making the act of designing more efficient, not just the building itself.
Got it. Smarter processes. Then there's 3D scanning and modeling. What's the benefit there?
So using laser scanners or photogrammetry to capture super accurate data of what's already there.
Like an existing building or the site.
Both. You create a precise 3D model of the as-built conditions.
Why?
Invaluable for renovations, you know exactly what you're dealing with. Or, for quality control during construction, compare the scan to the design model.
Catch deviations early.
Exactly. The blog mentions modeling historic buildings for preservation, too. Creates a perfect digital record.
A digital twin of the real thing. Fascinating. Lastly, for designers, strengthening a culture of innovation. How do companies do that?
It's about encouraging people to explore, experiment, try new tech, new workflows.
How? Hackathons, workshops.
Things like that, yeah. Regular team meetings just to discuss new ideas, potential BIM applications, creating space for people to innovate, basically, fostering that mindset.
Okay, great insights for designers. Let's switch over to the construction companies. 10 tips for them too. First one, a digital-first approach. What does that mean practically?
It's a mindset shift. Embedding digital thinking everywhere. Not just BIM in design, but digitizing processes across the board.
Planning, site management, communication.
All of it.
Yeah.
Moving away from paper. Using digital tools in every phase. The blog suggests digital project management software as a good starting point.
A fundamental change. And to make that happen, tip 2 is personnel training. Critical, I assume.
Absolutely. You can have the best software, but if the team can't use it effectively,
it's useless.
Right. So investing in solid BIM training workshops, internal programs, maybe partnering with providers like DIN Academy, building that competency across the team.
Makes sense. Skilled people are key. Next, using BIM specifically for logistics. How does that help on a busy construction site?
BIM lets you plan and visualize the flow of materials and equipment in incredible detail.
Linked to the schedule.
Exactly. Plan deliveries for exactly when and where things are needed, avoids materials piling up, reduces clutter, prevents delays because something isn't there.
So just-in-time delivery planned visually.
Pretty much. Optimizes the whole site flow. Big efficiency gain.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's digital site monitoring. What's involved? Cameras, drones?
Yeah, things like that. Cameras, drones, even IoT sensors, they provide real-time data on site progress.
For tracking productivity.
Tracking productivity, spotting bottlenecks early, just better overall management. Tools like OpenSpace or HoloBuilder capture 360-degree site images you can link to the model.
So you can virtually walk the site from the office, see the latest progress.
Exactly. Powerful for oversight and communication.
Very cool. BIM for quality control during construction is next. How does that work?
Using BIM tools for really precise checks, like we mentioned with scanning.
Comparing the laser scan of the built work to the model.
Yes, you can spot deviations instantly. Are walls in the right place? Are openings correct? Catching errors early before they become big, expensive problems to fix.
Digital quality assurance. Smart. What about risk management? How does BIM help there?
You can integrate risk planning right into the BIM strategy. Visualizing the project in 3D helps you anticipate potential hazards, safety issues, logistical clashes.
Things you might miss on 2D drawings.
Definitely. And you can even use the model to simulate scenarios, like how would the structure hold up in high winds? It allows for proactive risk mitigation.
Visualizing and simulating risks beforehand sounds incredibly valuable. Collaboration keeps coming up. The blog emphasizes collaborative project management tools for constructors, too.
Yeah, essential for the construction phase. Platforms like BIM 360 or Procore keep everyone connected. The site team, subcontractors, managers.
Real-time access to the latest info.
Right. Shared models, documents, communication streams. Breaks down silos, keeps everyone on the same page. Crucial for complex projects.
Seamless communication flow. Makes sense. Sustainability is also key for construction firms now. How does BIM support greener building practices?
Well, the data in the BIM model is really useful here. You can accurately calculate material quantities.
To reduce waste from overordering.
Exactly. Optimize material use, plan construction processes to minimize environmental impact, and it helps implement those sustainable design features, like ensuring proper installation for energy efficiency.
Using the data for greener construction.
Good. What about feedback and learning cycles? Why is that important for construction companies using BIM? It's about continuous improvement. After a project, you need processes to gather feedback. What worked well with BIM, what didn't.
Post-project reviews.
Yeah. Analyze the process, identify weaknesses, refine your BIM standards and workflows for the next job. Learning from experience is key to getting better.
Makes sense, a constant improvement loop. Finally, for constructors. Partnerships with tech providers and research institutions. Why bother with that?
To stay ahead of the curve, BIM tech is evolving rapidly. Partnering gives you access to the latest tools, methodologies.
Like working with universities.
Yeah, maybe testing new BIM tech tailored to your company's needs. It keeps you innovative and competitive.
Staying connected to the cutting edge. Right. Okay, last section. The end users. The people actually using the buildings. 10 tips for them too. First, acquiring an understanding of BIM. Why should they care?
Well, even a basic understanding helps them participate more effectively. It improves communication with the project team.
They understand the process better.
Right. They grasp how the building's being designed and developed. The blog suggests things like introductory webinars or courses on platforms like Coursera or LinkedIn Learning.
So they can have more informed conversations. And that links to the next tip. Participation in the design process. How does BIM enable that?
Visualization tools are key here. BIM viewers allow users to explore the 3D model themselves.
Not just looking at flat drawings.
Exactly. They can virtually walk through, understand the space, give much more meaningful feedback before construction starts. The blog says users should ask planners for access to these tools.
So tenants could walk through their future office layout.
Potentially, yes. It enables true co-creation, getting user input early.
Really puts the user at the center. Of course, for that feedback to be useful, users need to clearly define their requirements first.
Absolutely critical. Early and close collaboration between users and the project team to nail down exactly what's needed.
So the BIM model accurately reflects their needs.
Precisely. Regular meetings, clear communication, get those requirements right from the start.
Ensures the building is fit for purpose. Got it. The blog also mentions understanding smart building technologies. Why is that important for users?
Buildings are getting smarter energy systems, security, comfort controls,
All connected.
often integrated with the BIM data. Understanding how these systems work helps users operate the building efficiently, take full advantage of its features.
Makes for a better user experience if you know how it works. Looking long-term, the blog talks about maintenance planning for users. How does BIM help after handover?
The BIM model is a goldmine of information. It contains data on all the components, systems, materials.
Like maintenance schedules, warranty info.
Exactly. Using that data for facility management makes maintenance proactive, not reactive. You can plan interventions, reduce downtime, save costs over the building's life.
A digital building manual, basically. Very efficient. With smart tech comes data security and privacy concerns, though.
A big one. Especially with IoT devices collecting data, users need confidence.
So robust security protocols.
Essential. Collaboration with IT experts, transparency about what data is collected and how it's protected. It's a critical consideration.
Absolutely. Then there's promoting user-oriented design. What does that involve?
It's about really designing for the occupants, prioritizing their needs, their well-being, involving user groups early, getting their feedback throughout the design process, making sure the space works for the people who will actually use it every day.
Back to that people-centric approach.
Yeah.
And to keep improving things after move-in, the blog suggests setting up feedback loops.
Yeah, ways for users to easily share their experiences. What's working, what's not.
Like a digital suggestion box.
There.
Or surveys.
Things like that, maybe feedback portals, regular check-ins. It creates a channel for continuous improvement based on real-world use.
Closing the loop. Good idea. Final tips for users. Technological flexibility and setting sustainability goals. How can users engage here?
Well, being open to tech upgrades keeps the building current and valuable long-term. And for sustainability, users can participate in energy-saving programs, provide feedback on performance.
They can also push for sustainability early on, right?
Definitely. Advocate for sustainable solutions during planning. Maybe even ask for lifecycle analyses based on the BIM model to understand the long-term environmental impact of choices.
So users have a role in future-proofing the building too. Wow, this BauVolution post really covers a lot of ground.
It really does. It paints a clear picture of BIM's potential across the board.
Yeah, for designers, it's about better workflows, collaboration.
For contractors, big wins in logistics, quality, risk management.
And for users, it's about empowerment, participation, getting buildings that really work for them long term.
And that common thread is collaboration, isn't it? Putting people, designers, builders, users at the heart of the process. Co-creation.
Exactly. And looking ahead, the blog hints at even more exciting stuff, like integrating real-time data.
Yeah, that's the next frontier. Connecting the BIM model to live data from sensors in the building. It could really revolutionize operations and maintenance.
This whole digital transformation, it's not just about fancy software.
No, it's a genuine opportunity. A chance to create buildings that are smarter, greener, and truly designed around the people who use them.
So we really encourage you, listening, to think about how you might engage with this future, how BIM could impact your world.
And if you want to explore further, the blog post, as mentioned, has a great list of references, works by Azar, Ballard, Howell, Chesbrough, Eastman, Kensek, Klein, Leyen, Besrick, Gerber, White. Lots to dig into.
And the key themes running through it all: digital transformation, building information modeling, BIM, real-time data, sustainability in construction, collaboration, and co-creation. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
So the question for you is, what exciting possibilities might this digital transformation unlock for you in the buildings of the future?
All right, well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you next time.
This was BauVolution.
Where construction meets innovation. Until next time, keep building the future.